Everybody wants to make noise, like, as soon as I start recording. Like, I don't think I have black thread, damn it. So this is gonna be like a weird kind of like last minute kind of just jointed video. But today I'm going to just kind of talk and give a little update while making modifications to my UNUS merchandise. Just so I can put UNUS merchandise in the video title so people will click on it and I'll get views, and now you know why you're here. It's because I tricked you. Some of the modifications I'm going to be making are to the hat, to put buttons on the side to loop masks over so it's a little easier to wear masks. I'm also going to be making some modifications to the hoodie. The first thing I'm going to do is to put a stitch in the string and the hood so it stays even. And the other thing I'm going to do, if I have time, is to put a loop in the neck so I can hang it up. Because right now I'm hanging it up by its hood and it's getting a weird bump. So yeah, let's get started. I guess I can give you a little update about things while I'm detangling this. So UNUS, I believe, has 11 days left at the time of filming this. And today is also election day, and my teacher for my Russian theater class told us to take time to kind of reflect on life, get off your computers, and kind of just be in the moment, which I guess this kind of defeats the purpose because I'm not really in the moment. I'm filming a video, but we have to be able to report back what we did to her, or at least in small groups what we did. Anyway, I've got my needle threaded, I got my hat, so it's time to decide where to place the little buttons, and you want to put the buttons behind your ears, not directly over them. I made that mistake the first time. Fortunately, on this hat there is a guideline right here that is like, you can't see it, it's right here, and I could put a button just like next to that, so that's what I'm gonna do. So I'm just gonna kind of line it up where I want it and just go to town. And I'm eyeballing all this because like it doesn't really matter in the long run what it looks like, it just needs to be functional. So yeah, let's talk about what's happening with UNUS while we sit here and stitch. It's ending, it's coming to an end. We all knew it was going to happen, and that's life, really. We do things until they end, or at least until we know that they're going to end. I don't actually know what I'm saying right now. No, I'm gonna stop that. But life has a lot of endings. So I finished one button. It was really quick, it's just a few stitches, so look at that. And I'm gonna start the other side. For my Russian class, for my assignment today, we had to read a stream of consciousness play that's more or less about living your life to its fullest, to its end, the best that you can. Like the most standout line in it is that, and I'm paraphrasing, I'm not like direct quoting it. You ride the bus for 10 years and you see this wall and it's plastered with posters, and you wonder every day, what's behind that wall? Something's behind that wall. And then finally the day comes, you get off the bus after 10 years of riding, a bus stop early, so that you can see what's behind this wall. And so you get there, you find a rock or a box, and you place it against the wall, and you look over, and there's nothing. It's just an empty lot of just sand and dirt, and it appears that something had been there the year before, but has since been knocked down. And only if you had gotten off the bus a year earlier to look, only then would you have known what you anguished over for so long. And I think that's a lot like what UNUS is trying to do. It's trying to convince people that you need to live your life now, not just over the period of 1 year, because you don't have 1 year. No one knows if they have 1 year. So just do it now, which is very much what that play was kind of talking about. It's called I Am Me. So I finished the hat. I'll put a shot in here of me wearing the hat with a mask attached so you can see what it looks like up close. So now we're going to move on to the hoodie, and I'm just going to put a few stitches in the string along this stitch line that's already in the hood to kind of like hide it in there, even though I'm using purple thread so you'll be able to see it anyway, but I wear it around the house. So what was I talking about? I don't know. There's so many reminders in life to just live it the best you can to your fullest. Do what you can, you know? Which is why I'm doing this now, is because part of my assignment is to, for today, for my Russian class, is to live my life to the fullest and take advantage of all opportunities and to be in the moment, which is, I guess, what I'm doing. I'm doing things that I have been putting off that I need to do. and that's most things in life. And that string just broke, so I guess we're done. I can't believe that happened. I'm gonna just tie this like this and then just cut it. I think I've put enough stitches in it. Yeah, this string kind of sucks. I don't remember what I was talking about before the string snapped. So I did that. The only things that I prepared for this video were the hat and the sweater. Oh, the loop. I forgot about the loop, but that would require me to stop the video and go find some things. I'm gonna take a quick break to go get that. When we come back, I still won't know what I'm talking about. After that brief interlude, I have stitched up a little loop that you can't see here. The thing I do have to be conscious of is trying not to sew this yellow thread through to the other side. Luckily, there is some like braid to cover I forgot what words are. So what was I talking about before I took that nice extended break? Let me try to remember. How is your end of the world going? How's your quarantine going? Speaking of how is your quarantine going, so another thing that's happening in my Russian classes, we're reading Crime and Punishment, of course. As you do when you read 19th century Russian literature, you cannot leave out Dostoevsky. We're reading that right now, and one of the major themes is that of people being social animals and getting away from isolation. And a big theme in this story especially is like what happens to you when you isolate yourself too long and don't seek communion or guidance with other humans, and it leads you to do the worst possible things that you could do. And in the case of our main character, Raskolnikov, you kill an old woman. For what reason? Not really any. Just because you can. You have this idea that you're doing some great deed by ending her life, but the fact is that you are not. Not you, but Raskolnikov. Sometimes I just shouldn't talk. Like, right now is one of them. Like, I don't know what the hell I'm saying right now. Am I saying anything? No. Part of my problem is I don't think about what I'm going to say before I say it, and then when I do say it, I don't like what I said, and I regret it. But there's like worse people in the world that say worse things than I do, I think. And they're running the country right now. But yeah, Dostoevsky and Crime and Punishment. What are you reading? Are you reading anything interesting? You probably are. Most people read pretty interesting things. Oh shit, no, I want to go through here, sorry. I bet you are reading something good. I don't know what to talk about anymore. Let's give you some updates on things that you will see the update video that's coming out. This will come out after that update video. I didn't clean anything in my bedroom. I just didn't do it. I don't feel like doing it. I probably won't do anything with it until winter break, or depending on what my final project for my classes are. Maybe like I can work on it over Thanksgiving. My battery's gonna die, so I'll refilm this later with the things that I completed for this. I will see you when this is finished and my camera is recharged, because I don't have a second battery. So where we left off, my camera was dying and I was still sewing the loop on my hoodie, so I want to show you the work that I did. So I stitched on this loop here that's on the hoodie, and you can just kind of hang things like that. I also stitched into the hood to keep the strings from pulling one way or the other, so when I pull it, it scrunches on one side and the other one's completely free, so that way my strings aren't roaming around. So here's the hat. You can't see the buttons either because it's too dark, but there's a button right here that you would loop. It's also black on black, so it's like you can barely see it anyway. You can see the dot from the thread is what you can see. So when you wear your hat, you've got it on, right? Here's me looking silly. So you put your mask on, right? And instead of it going behind your ear, it goes up on the button and it's held on and you don't have to worry about it. But this audio is going to be like garbage, but hey, I guess Momento Mori mask. What do you think? What do you think? No, I didn't buy this mask specifically to go with my UNUS merchandise. No, I did not do that. How dare you accuse me of doing such things? So yeah, that's this video. That's this update. I'll see you next time, where I will probably be laying on my kitchen floor crying about something unimportant. This is a terrible end to the video, so bye. If you haven't listened to Pale Blue Dot by Carl Sagan, I recommend it. And like the best viewing experience is in the middle of nowhere, in the middle of the night, where you can see the stars and just play it. And you kind of puts everything into perspective, you know? Like I think that's what space does for a lot of people. It kind of makes us realize how small we all are, but also how important we all are in our own sense. Not one person is greater than another. We all have equal and great importance. It's just kind of humbling. 1 year. That's covered in cat hair. I'm sorry, editing Michelle, that you're gonna have to deal with this. But that's life, isn't it? You just go along and things are happening, and you don't really expect them to go that way. Because J.K. Rowling is a TERF.